Hello and welcome to How to Play Pop Melodies. Today we will check out the tune Ghostbusters, but let's look at the second section of our introduction. And this is the part that goes ba-ba-ba-dum-ba-dum, ba-da-da-da-da-dum, that part, which is super fun to play. Now, you know what's really great is our left hand is going to keep on playing the same thing. Ba-da-ba-dum-ba-dum, ba-da-da-da-da-dum, ba-da-ba-dum-ba-dum, ba-da-da-da-da-da-bum. So you already know the left hand part. The tough part is trying to get the right hand to play with the left hand. But we'll look at some strategies to help us with this. But let's focus on the right hand since we already know the left hand. So the position we will be in for this next part of the introduction for the right hand, it's going to be a little different. We were in F position, right? We were here. But now we will move so that finger 3, which is your middle, is going to be on the C note. Remember, this is middle C, but we're going to be up here on this C. Remember, C is right before the 7. 2 black keys. So we will put finger 3 right before the C, and this will be the position that we are going to stay in for this next part of the introduction. This is the part that goes like this. Now, one thing I want you to do too is make sure we have these fingers on these particular notes. So finger 1 is going to be on A. Finger 2 will be on the B flat. Finger 3 will be on the C, like we said before. Finger 4 is going to be on D, and finger 5 will be on the E. So this is the next position, and this is where I want your fingers to stay as we play this part. So here's the first part. We go like this. Let's break this down just a little bit. So I played 2 C's with finger 3, and then I go to finger 5 to an E. So we have, and then we go back to the C. So it'd be, that's the first part. 3, 3, 5, 3. Go ahead, try that out. All right, so we have that part. Now we just play finger 4, and then we go to finger 2 on that B flat. So we're playing a D and then B flat. So we have, and don't forget, after you play C, C, E, make sure you get back to the C, and then you go to finger 4, and then to the B flat. So, okay, that's that first part. The next part goes, okay, so let's break this down. The C note, we're going to play again, and we play it. Take a listen. Let's see if you can figure out how many times I play this. It's pretty quick. Do you hear that? Listen again. How many times did I play that? If you said 4 times, you are correct. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So we play that C note 4 times, and then you go to a B flat, and then you go right back to the C. So it'd be C, 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 B flat, C. Whoa, super cool. Listen again. So I slowed it down a little bit. Okay, so far we have. And then you know what we do? We do this part again. And then this last part goes. So that last part is slightly different than than that first part that we learned. But we'll break that down, no worries. All right, so we have, let's do the beginning of this part again. So we have, and then remember 4 of those C's. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next part, this, that's exactly the same, right? But this last part that also has the 4 C's, the last part of it is a little bit different. So we go, so it'd be C, 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 B flat, D, C, and that's how we end the introduction. Okay, so if we put all of those pieces together, I'd like to think of this next section of the introduction as kind of like 4 sections. Section 1 goes, Section 2 goes, Section 3 goes, and you may have noticed Section 3 and Section 1 are exactly the same. And then the last section, Section 4, is similar to Section 2, but a little bit different. It goes. So that's the right hand for this second part of the introduction. The first part of the introduction was, which we play 4 times. Then we move to a different position, get everything set. Ghostbusters! That's my favorite part, when you say the Ghostbusters part. All right, now let's get back to this left hand. The left hand, remember, we said was exactly the same as our first introduction. So we're on the second introduction now, this part. And the left hand is still going to play. But that's not the hard part. The hard part is putting the hands together. So this may take some time. You might need to watch this video a couple times to really get this. But let's check it out. I'm going to try and help you as best I can to match these together. So, to start this section 2 of, the hand that actually begins is the left hand. So the left hand will go first. It plays the C, and then your right hand comes in. All right, so that's really important. We don't want them to start together. They don't start like this. We don't want them to start together like this. That is not correct. The left hand will go first. And then when we play finger 4 in the right hand, that's when the left hand plays this B flat. All right, so let me do that again. We have left, together, and actually the right hand will finish out its part, and then the left hand will play after that. So this is why this one can be kind of tough, because the left hand and the right hand are taking turns. There's really only one time when we have both hands performing together at the same time. So I like to think of this as we got to find the target note. That's where they will collide and they will come together. So the target note for this first section is the D note of our melody that we play. We have, there's the target. And when we hit this target, that's when the left hand will come together with it. All right, so that's really important. So we have the left hand start, target, And then right after that, the left hand will play that F note. So that's how we piece that first part together. So it'd be like this: left, together, left. Then the left hand goes again to start the new part, which is... Okay, so let's break this second part down. Left hand goes first again, and we play our 4 C's. And you know what's super cool about this next part? The B flats, they come together and play. All right, so we have... So there's the target note for that one. That one's a little bit easier because they are both B flats. So both B flats are coming together. Right after the B flat, the right hand plays, and then the left hand plays that F. So that can be a little tricky. Let me play this second part by itself. So we have left, together, left. Whew. All right, so let's do part 1, part 2. It goes together, left, together. Now, if you remember, section 1 and section 3 are the same. So we would do the same thing. We go together, and then here's the 4th section, which is a little different than section 2, but we'll still play the left hand, and then we play 4 C's, and then we play together, right, and then right here, actually, those two will play together. So that last section is probably the trickiest, I think. So let's work on that very last section. The last section will be left, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 together, and then together. Whew. All right. Let's try those 4 sections. Now you might need to practice this slowly by yourself and watch this a couple times. But let's try it. I'll play it for you. So we have left, together, left, left, together, left, left, together, left, together, together. Cool. So if we put it all together, this is what it would sound like. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to receive updates on new videos. For more free piano lessons, check out more videos on YouTube and MrHenrysMusicWorld.com.